There really is a reason why. Every time you try to change, life seems to throw the same shit in your face. The same arguments, the same spirals, the same triggers. You finally get the courage to speak up or slow down or be more present, and boom, something blows up or nothing changes. And you're left thinking like, what is the point of trying if everything just fucking stays the same all the time? But what if I told you it's not your effort that's the problem? It's your filter. And I don't mean that motivational crap like, change your perspective, bro. I mean, your brain literally cannot see anything else because it's being run by a tiny network deep in your brainstem that's been trained way before any of the stuff that you're going through now, back in your childhood, to only notice the things that confirm your pain. That part of your brain is called the Reticular Activating System. And if you don't learn how to rewire it, you will keep repeating the same cycles until it breaks you or wakes you up. So stay with me, guys, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand how to shift that filter, how to take your power back and finally stop sabotaging the peace and the love and the presence that you've been begging the world to give you. Now, the Reticular Activating System, RAS for short, it's like the bouncer of your brain. You're bombarded with millions of pieces of information every single second. What your wife just said, the way your kid looked at you, the temperature of the room, the sound of traffic outside, the tightness in your chest. And you see, the RAS decides what's important enough to get through, what to focus on, and what to ignore, what to believe is real. It decides based on what you've already trained it to see. And if you walk around telling yourself that you're a failure as a husband, that your wife's going to leave you, that you're not safe to trust people, your RAS will look for evidence that proves that right. Every sigh from your partner becomes rejection. Every quiet moment becomes confirmation that you're not enough. Every challenge becomes proof that you're cursed or stuck or broken. You literally won't notice the signs of love. You'll ignore the moments of peace. You'll filter out the opportunities for change, not because you don't want them, but because your nervous system is addicted to the old story. This is why healing work can feel so frustrating in the beginning. You start doing the journaling, the breath work, the emotional release, but nothing seems to land. And it's not because you're doing it wrong. It's because your RAS hasn't caught up yet. It's still loyal to the wounds that you haven't fully processed. It's still scanning the world for danger, not safety. It's looking for betrayal, not connection. For chaos, not peace. That's the lens you've been looking through since you were a little boy, right? And unless you learn how to train your RAS to serve your future, instead of just protecting your past, you will unconsciously recreate the very things that you're trying to escape. You're going to attract them. You'll fixate them. You're going to obsess over them. Not because you want them, but because they feel familiar. It's what your nervous system has adapted to. And the wounded nervous system feels safe in the familiar. And it is what's destroying you. So what do you do about it? You start asking better questions. You guys, this is not about mindset. This is a neurological process. Your RAS is trained by repetition and emotion. So every time you wake up and ask, why does this always happen to me? Why do I always feel like shit? Or what the hell is wrong with me? You're programming your brain to find more reasons why life is unfair and why you're the problem. But what happens if you start asking questions like, what's the opportunity here? Or what is this trying to teach me? Or how can I lead with love today, even if it's hard? Now your RAS, it will start looking for answers that support the man that you're becoming, not the boy that you were. And it takes time, but it will start scanning for moments of growth, peace, and strength. It starts noticing beauty instead of just threats. It starts showing that change is actually possible. Who knew? And it's happening right in front of you. But this is where most men give up because they try it once or twice and they don't feel any different. And they say, this stuff doesn't work. See, I was right all along. This stuff doesn't work. But think about how many years your brain has been filtering for pain. Do you really think that just one journaling session is going to undo decades of trauma? No, come on. This takes consistency, intention, and emotional repetition. That's why, like, when I work with people, we don't just talk about change. We retrain it into your system through intention setting, emotional rewiring, vision work, embodiment practices. Because healing isn't intellectual, it's physiological. It's identity work. You're not just thinking new thoughts, you're becoming a whole new man. And yes, it's going to feel uncomfortable at first. That's normal. Your system might reject the new lens because it doesn't feel safe yet. You might find yourself sabotaging peace, starting fights, obsessing over your wife's tone or your boss's words or your kid's disrespect. You'll want to go back into old habits, shutting down, blowing up, overworking, numbing out. That's the RAS doing what it was trained to do. But here's the moment of power. Instead of spiraling into shame, into guilt, ask yourself, what am I focusing on right now? What story is this emotion trying to prove? And what would I need to focus on instead if I actually believed I was safe and loved enough? That one small shift, that question alone, that's you starting to lead your parts instead of being led by them. And look, this isn't about ignoring real pain. Some of you watching have been through hell. Abandonment and abuse and betrayal, real loss. You've got trauma in your nervous system that still burns when you touch it. This isn't about pretending it didn't happen, okay? This is about refusing to let it define your future. Your reticular activating system is not fixed, it's fluid. You can train it to serve your healing, to scan for evidence that you're changing, to look for signs that you're supported, to focus on what's working instead of what's broken. And that's not spiritual bypassing, that's leadership. And it's available to you right now. So here's what I want you to do, okay? Start your morning with intention, not just motivation, but real direction. Before you grab your phone or check your email or get caught in the chaos of the day, sit down and write down 3 questions that support your growth. It can be something simple like, what does my future self need me to focus on today? What belief do I want to reinforce with my actions? Where am I already succeeding and not giving myself enough credit? And then throughout the day, return to those questions. Let them be your compass, your grounding, your way of directing the RAS back toward what actually matters. And guys, if you need help learning how to do that on a deeper level, if you're sick of being stuck in the loop, if you're tired of being the strong one on the outside but lost and angry on the inside, then I want you to take the next step. There's a link in the description down below where you can book a call or you can visit my website, theobstacleremover.com, and you can apply to join my inner circle and navigate the exact same work that I'm doing with my one-on-one clients. This isn't about a bunch of hype and getting you motivated and excited for change, you guys. This is about real transformation. And no, it's not for everyone. But if you're ready to stop reacting from your wounds and start leading from your vision, then here's a fucking door. You can choose to walk through it if you want to. But I invite you to take advantage of the free call that I have available with the link that's down below. And let's just have a conversation. I mean, this is about giving you what you're preparing for, what you're ready to receive. You guys, that level of preparation starts with perception. And if you want to change your life, you have to change what you're looking for, okay? Because whatever you focus on, you're going to find. And whatever you find becomes the experience that you end up having. That's the reticular activating system. That's the power that you have had all along. Now it's up to you to use it. I'll talk to you soon.